Are we liking this new look? Yeah? I'm trying to go for like 1940s car salesman who's secretly having like a homosexual affair with a mayor of a small American town, but once the news gets out, no one's really surprised. Hello all, welcome back to another video. I hope you don't mind me time traveling a little bit. The reason why is because I am running out of Edwardian and Victorian vests. Gotta mix it up. You don't like that repetition, right? Today I am coming to you with a fun little topic of drag show etiquette. Drag shows are magical. They are fun, they're colorful, they're a great way to like get entertainment while also supporting local artists. But that doesn't mean that all manners get to fly out the door. I, along with my colleagues, co-workers, fellow drag artists have at some point experienced rude or inappropriate behavior at a show. So today I thought I would share a list of do's and don'ts so that you can learn through the mistakes of others. I'm gonna go over this in like a do and don't sandwich, alright? First things first, I cannot emphasize this enough. Do not touch the performers unless they give consent. So before I started this video, I sent out this Facebook post. I know I'm still on Facebook, sorry. I sent out a Facebook post to my drag friends saying, hey, if anyone wanted to share some experiences, I'm working on a video, and I was kind of heartbroken at the number of replies that said that they've been touched inappropriately at shows. Like, this is not okay. I cannot emphasize that enough. There will even be some clubs that will totally ban you, and for a good reason too. We as drag performers are aware that we work in clubs and we work in bars and we are exposed to drunk people, but that does not give you a free invitation to be a piece of We don't care if you're drunk, we don't care if you're high, we don't care if it's your birthday, and we don't care if it's your bachelor party on the same day. We are providing a service, we are providing entertainment, and we deserve respect for that. That is probably one of the worst things you can do at a drag show besides like heckling and harassment. And I feel like it's obvious to say that, but like, you'd be surprised, man. Just don't do it, just don't do it. In the do section, do tip your performers. Tipping is always encouraged, it keeps our lights on. If you go to a drag show and you don't tip any of the performers, you're gonna get a side eye. You wouldn't order a huge fancy meal at a 5-star restaurant and tip the waiter like 50 cents. So keep that in mind when you go to a show. Especially if the show is a tip-only show. Like $1 can really mean a lot. And I cannot believe that I have to say this, but when tipping a performer, take the dollar bill in your hand, right? Take it in your hand. Stretch your arm out towards the performer so that they can see it, hold it out to them, and when they take it, let go. San Francisco Queen Nikki J has actually shared a experience with me where when she was performing, there was an audience member who was handing out $1, and when she took it, he wouldn't let go. Or if they hand you the bill and you go to grab it and they kind of take it away from you so that you have to reach. It's so rude. It's like almost taunting, and for what reason? Clearly want attention, it's super rude, it's not cool, you're gonna get side eyes from people, it's not worth it, man. It's as simple as that. Do not ask a performer, what is your real name? What is your real gender? Let's say that your friend is in a play, and your friend is named Claire, let's just say. Claire is playing Juliet in Romeo and Juliet, and it's a big play, it's her big break, right? And you're sitting in the audience and she does her little wherefore art thou, and you as an audience member yell out, "You're doing a great job, Claire Johnson! Great job, Claire! Keep it up!" Your intentions might be good, but it breaks the character, it breaks the illusion, and it kind of dampens like the magic a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it throws us off. Like, my drag persona is named Oliver Branch, and Oliver Branch is a male character. When I'm on stage, that's who I am. So when you ask a performer, however your intentions might be, what's your real name? What's your real gender? It comes off as really condescending. And the fact that there are a lot of performers who don't want to answer that question. Drag can really be a mask. Like, for example, I hate my legal name. I have never liked my legal name. And that's why drag is so like wonderful for me personally, because when people ask me my real name or like what's your real name, like when I'm in drag, I can say Oliver Branch because that's what I am in the moment. This is a character, but it's also based in a part of my reality. I say Oliver Branch because in that moment it's true. And this all leads back to the idea of respect. When a drag performer tells you their name, or tells you what they prefer to be called as, please just respect it. Because that character, while it's a character, that persona in a lot of ways is just as valid as the person they are out of drag. Give your performer space to perform. As an audience member, you don't always know what the performer on stage is gonna do, so giving them lots of space to do their thing is just a sign of respect. You don't know how many drag numbers I've seen where the audience crowds around the stage, they don't split up, and the performer might have this great idea for this thing they have to do, and then there's no more room and they can't do it and the number is ruined. It's happened to me in the past. So if you just like step back and do it for us, it saves us a lot of time and stress. Another thing that I've had happen to me, which I think is a little funny, but it is so annoying in the moment, is when I'm doing my thing and an audience member decides to cross directly in front of me while I'm doing my act. Like, it's so rude. It's so rude and it's so, like, unaware. But I have learned as a performer that I f with it now. I've learned to take that moment and make it into a really funny moment. Play the clip. If you need to get to the other side of the club, please wait until the number is over. To keep it short, cross the stage, prepared to feel my rage. Do not give critiques about a performance unless you are asked to. It's sad that I even have to add this on the list, but this was a common thing that I was told when reaching out about unfortunate drag experiences. Roma Holiday, who's another SF drag queen here. Watson, you are distracting me, boy. My guy, come on. Oh, you wanna say hi? Watson says hello, by the way. Are you gonna make your daily appearance? Bubba, what do you think? What do you think of this? Bubba, what are your thoughts? Do you think performers should be tipped at least a minimum of $16 or do you, okay, he's done. And now I've got hair on my vest, lovely, okay. Anyway, Roma Holiday, who's another SF drag queen here in the city, even said that she saw an audience member after a show come up to the drag performer and just give a solid critique, like this was okay, this was bad, this was alright, you could do better on this. Like, that's so rude. Like, unless you are a judge at a pageant or a friend of the person, or you are asked directly to say what did you think about it, you're in no position to critique, like, what are you thinking? I was talking to Elsa Touche, who is another San Francisco drag queen I'm good friends with, and she said that a reason behind some of this might be the effects of what Drag Race has had. Now, I could make an entire video all about this, but Drag Race has done a lot of good for the drag community in terms of visibility and kind of introducing it to mainstream audiences, but Drag Race has also done some damage too. And I think part of that is upholding this idea that drag in itself is naturally competitive. And what I mean by that is that a lot of people, especially straight people that kind of aren't exposed to drag outside of Drag Race, you might have seen Drag Race like 1,000 times, can recite every episode by the heart, is like blah blah blah, but haven't been to a local drag show or know the names of any queens in their city, might come to a local show internalizing the ideas that Drag Race upholds. When in real life, it's not that deep. We're all just having fun, man. Like, no one is super I mean, I was gonna say no one's judgmental, but there's always gonna be people who are judgmental in the drag community. But that's because we're artists and this is an art form. And while with every form of art, it's understandable to be judged, it's so much more like just like lenient and toned down. Unless you're in a pageant, it's like just have fun, do your best, and the audience will love you. And every drag show, there doesn't have to be one you'd be like, oh, she was the best and he was the worst and this was the, it's like, just calm down. Everybody calm down. It's just drag doesn't have these huge set of rules. And again, I might make a whole YouTube video about like kind of Drag Race and whether it's done more good than bad, but whatever. Going to more local shows teaches you that drag is more about having fun and putting on a good show and entertaining people than it is about being the best. To conclude this thought, as Elsa said, roast us behind our back, please. Do clean up after yourself. This one's really short. Please just clean up your bottles and your drinks and your cans or whatever you leave behind. If you spill a drink, please just be polite and ask the bar staff for some paper towels and clean it up yourself. And huge one, be courteous to the bar staff. Just like us, they are working to make sure you have a fun night, that you enjoy yourself. So please respect them. Do not Enter a dressing room unless you have been invited or you are part of the number. This one is pretty self-explanatory. You don't know how many stories I've heard of fans like wandering backstage and asking like a queen, like a famous queen, for an autograph or something and then just leaving immediately afterwards. Like, it's just so like not courteous to the people that are there. It shows a lack of respect for both the place and the performers. It's just so rude, man. Like, you wouldn't sneak backstage at like a concert or like a play or like a TED Talk or whatever. It's also really common to have meet and greets and photo ops at some point. So just wait your turn like everybody else. It's as simple as that. Do stay engaged in the performance. Like, stay off your phone. Don't talk too loudly to a friend. We are here to entertain you, and seeing you on your phone the entire time is kind of a slap in the face, whether you intend it to be or not. If you have to make a call or go to the bathroom, like, step outside. Wait till that performance is over and then step outside. Just don't make it a huge deal. Don't be a huge distraction. That's kind of what it boils down to. Also, if you are close to the front of the stage, be prepared to be interacted with, whether by the host or the performer. This isn't me giving like a warning, this is me being like, just to let you know. It can be really fun too. I'm not trying to scare you or anything. Like, don't worry too much about it. Just kind of have a little bit of self-awareness when you're at a show. Do not try and pocket tips that you see on stage. Again, this is one of those things that I wish I don't even have to say, but it happens so often. These tips are earned by the performers who spend 2-3 hours getting into drag for your entertainment, go on stage, they work hard for every single dollar. So you sneaking that little dollar, whether it just be like $1 or $2 off the stage, it's so disrespectful. It's so like just inappropriate on so many levels. We earn every single dollar. If you are caught pocketing them, some clubs will just full on ban you. It's really not worth it. Just don't do it. Do stay in your lane. And I mean that in both a literal and metaphorical way. Do not go on stage in the middle of a number. Again, this can be applied to people being drunk or people being stupid. And unfortunately, I was talking to Otter, who is like the stage manager for most shows in the city here, and I was hearing all these stories from him and other people about how some audience members will just walk on stage and just decide that this is their moment now. Like, this seems like a no-brainer, but you would be surprised, man. Just like, stay where the audience is supposed to stay. Don't get too cocky too, because if a queen is having a really bad day or she's sick of the bullshit she's been seeing at the show, she might flip the gun back on you and you could be subject to some real embarrassment that I promise you is not worth it. Having your little shining moment on stage for 40 seconds is not worth the wrath of an interrupted drag queen. So I think that's what all these come down to at the end of the day. It's just about respect. I don't want to like make this video seem like going to a drag show is like having tea with the queen. Drag shows are so much fun. They lift my soul. It's like it replenishes like my soul. It's just pure serotonin for me. Like, just be polite, just be courteous. Don't do the obvious stupid shit that you would expect. Like, as long as you're just polite and courteous to the staff and the performers themselves, you'll be fine, honestly. And I feel like a lot of this might happen because there are some audience members who don't really see drag as like a real job or like a real art form in some way, or like a way to pay the bills and just kind of see us as silly little cross-dressers, which, I mean, a lot of people forget that, as previously stated, we are providing a service and we take our jobs very seriously. We work tirelessly to create the content we put out for you. We're doing it for entertainment, we're doing it to make your night a little bit better, we're doing it to have fun, and just like any other artist, we deserve respect for that. Just please be respectful, that's what it comes down to the day. Have fun, but be respectful. And that's the advice I give. And with that, that's about the end of the video. I would like to thank all of my friends here who contributed to this video by sharing stories, anecdotes, etc. Again, I could not put every point made in the video. That post that I made got like 70 comments. I couldn't include everyone, but I thank every person who contributed nonetheless. As always, I will put all of my social media in my description below. I am much more active on Instagram, so if you want to see a little bit more of me, that's not just once every 1 or 2 weeks, you can find me down there. Ring the little bell if you want to be notified, and I will see you in the next video.